Longhorn loved ones in your life, still time for the Texas Longhorns to get up to speed for their first year in the SEC. Today, their test the Golden Lions out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, as UAPB comes to town. Welcome courtside, everybody, here at the Moody Center in Lincoln Rose, along with former Longhorn himself, Justin Mason. And Justin, Texas arguably coming off their he is dressed out, but in his place, Kendall Weaver works his way back into the starting five.
Yeah, and the silver lining in that is they get to get reps without him out there to help them understand what the offense will look like, as you know, and inevitably he might get in foul trouble come league play, so they need to be able to execute when he's not in the game. So
Texas still really hasn't gotten their top 9 players all in the same game together. They're going to look at that shot. Again, initially, they're going to score a three-pointer from Jordan Pope.
Yeah, Pope right on cue. That's a guy that really needs to get going for this offense.
Oh, good penetration and the kick out over the outstretched hand of Caden Shedrick. The trifecta from Quentin Bolton.
Yeah, Arkansas Pine Bluff is a team that wants to get up and down, shoot a lot of threes. So a very dangerous team to play. Hardest person to guard is a group with the ultimate green light, and they've got 4 or 5 guys that can stroke it. So.
Don't feel bad, Caden. The guy who just knocked down that triple is hitting a modest 55% from beyond the arc this year. Kendall Weaver with the early flush. They're looking for back-to-back triples. The early miss. A sweet stroke, your response from Arthur Kaluma.
Kaluma, every time he shoots it, he's
a little hesitation now, looking for help after picking up his dribble there. Rafael Dumont the turnover, 2-on-1. Shedrick loves to help spread the floor, calls his own number, and will have a chance to make it a three-point play. 4 of Texas's 5 starters already in the scoring column, and a lane violation will give Kendall one of the few returners this year for Texas. In fact, these two teams met 2 years ago. Not a single current Longhorn was involved in that matchup. Whipped into Shedrick, 1v1, the spin move. And he'll have to earn the 2 points at the charity stripe. Doing assist to turnovers, you love that for your point guard.
Early in the season, you know,
an assistant at Oral Roberts. Before that, he was an assistant for Joe Golding at Abilene Christian. Of course, Joe Golding took Rodney Terry's old job over at UTEP when Rodney came to Austin. Full of practices as well. And finally getting up to speed. Of course, today they're without Trey Johnson. Is that shot from Pope off the mark?
Don't mind the shot. You got into some good action. Ball got reversed. Quick ball screen action.
Shedrick unable levels of this game throughout Division I.
Like Pine Bluff is going to a little 3-2 zone, maybe a matchup zone.
Kaluma quickly to Pope, driving baseline. They'll triple down on him for a moment. So Mark with the open stroke won't go, or will it? It does.
True.
6 minutes gone here in the opening half.
Yeah, this is a very interesting zone. It's has the look of a 3-2 zone, but forward.
Mark just hit his second three-pointer of the opening half. Felt like he was clobbered on the wrist by Caleb Jones, but no and one. That trip down for Texas, but they will come up with the stop. It's a 16-2 run for the Longhorns. Weaver trying to add to that. He does, padding the stats with the offensive put next. Courtesy of the portal. Onyema in the ball game, letting his impact be felt, and he's going to quickly go to the line. And his first saw him as a high schooler playing in some tournaments in the Dallas area.
More versatility when he comes into the game.
Onyema did this offseason what a lot of us tend to do during the holiday stretch. They wouldn't dare. Open look right in front of Rodney Terry, out of the hand of Caleb Jones, but off the mark. Weaver driving baseline, bucket.
I mean, the Weaver attacks the basket.
His first breather. Weaver, of course, his older sister Kennedy played at A&M, now in the WNBA. And is visiting today. Another turnover there that probably should have been a Bunny Osoro. Just couldn't collect that pass around his ankles.
Got to go to work here if you're Shedrick.
Yes, sir. Those shoulders are looking pretty good these days.
Absolutely.
Had surgery on both of them before last year. Of course, for Texas, Devon Pryor has come on. sophomore was battling an ankle injury early on, and in UAP.
If you're player of the year in any conference, doesn't matter what it is, you can really play.
A three-point play.
Yeah, so far they've done a good job. I haven't seen any signs of guys not buying into their roles as far as knocking down a three. You know, they're sharing the ball fairly well.
Team, including one for Fawn from beyond the arc. And Shedrick battling with Hugo and able to take it to the rim.
Great pace there.
Boy, a lot of other coaches in the ACC, when they saw his name in the portal, wanted him to stay in that conference after going up against him 4 straight years. But has found a new home here in Austin these past 2 seasons. Kaluma, good poise, confidence to go back down. I think you can, you want to make that your niche in the sport?
Something coach is looking for when he's scouting.
That was the Serge Jabari Bowl the other day between New Mexico State and Texas.
Absolutely.
Serge Jabari in the NBA G League these days. Pope, no look pass, dropped it down to Larry. Shedrick straight away with the three-point stroke from the big man. His first three-pointer of 2024 in the 25 season.
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Terry about it. They actually want him to shoot the ball. They challenged him to make.
Sit back and enjoy. That one's just worth 2.
Hey,
Great smoke on that one. Reinhardt with the miss as well. Larry to Pope. Got it this time. Texas 7 of 11 from beyond the arc. They just had a little walkthrough today. Got in their final practice yesterday, another turnover.
What a pass.
Onyema! Oh, yeah. Just the second foul called on Texas so far this half. Onyema trying to hold his ground. A strong take and finish by. And UAPB with a lot of fresh faces as well this year. They do have 3 players back from the team that faced Texas 2 seasons ago. Kaluma showing some handles on the reverse and the finish for Arthur Kaluma.
Very nice. Saw the rebound as well.
Both his parents from Uganda. Dad played for the national team. Had a brother who played over and talked to him.
Oh, absolutely. There's tons of coaching experience on that bench, which I think will prove very valuable as they get into league play and then into the NCAA tournament.
Weaver, open 3, got it. Kendall Weaver, weaving buckets, 3 points at a time. And a little too tightly guarded for our officials' liking. That foul on Julian Larry. It does give us a chance to make. Averaging 11 points per ball game. Team Clemson at Colonial Life Arena. Our coverage be OK Royal Texas Memorial Stadium. I don't think that was going to be a problem for you.
No, you know, I've got orange in my blood.
Nick Cody scored his first field goal as a Longhorn in their last outing against New Mexico State. Starts 1 for 1 here today. Quickly the other way, Pope looking for options, has a good one. Cody will go to the line to shoot 2.
Game reps. You can practice all day, but game reps.
Able to knock down another. I think that already matches the season high for Nick Cody. He had 4 points against New Mexico State. He's making the most of his minutes here. It's a good return on the investment. Moore determined to get to the rim, past 4 Longhorns in the paint.
You know, Pine Bluff is putting their head down and driving the ball hard. Texas has just done a great job of stopping that.
Cody with the offensive rebound gives a second life here to Texas. Pope from 16, good. 8 points for Pope here in the opening half.
Yeah, he's really got a smooth little mid-range pull-up that he has.
And quickly on to the other end, it's Christian Moore once more. He's got 8. Just 3 shy of his. ASUN member Central Arkansas earlier this month. Lost their last outing a trip to Louisiana Monroe, and already in double digits is Moore with 10.
He's crafty. He knows how to wiggle his way through the angles and get all the way to the rim.
The UAPB has already been to Cincinnati, to Tulsa, to USF, Texas Tech, Missouri, K-State. Today facing the Longhorns.
That's worked well for him.
He was Oregon State's leading scorer last year, averaging 17 a game. Obviously, not really his primary responsibility here at Texas. And a foul on Shedrick, count the bucket, as the Slovenian will go to the line to look to tack on a free throw. And got a 70% free throw shooter, able to take advantage of that one. That one got stuck on the leg of Christian Moore. Lob to the rim, and hello, good night, Devon Pryor. Minutes during the game said he does have a high ceiling, and thank goodness Moody has a high ceiling.
Absolutely.
Cody, good maturity.
Yeah, probably should have gone up with that one out without. Can shoot it, can handle it. I think the key is making sure these guys stay home, stay on the 40 acres, come back for another season, put together, two back-to-back.
Second three-pointer to go in for UAPB this opening half. Dumont able to connect on that one for his first 3 points of the ball game. Texas, with a shot clock off, can hold for the final look. A 63-26 affair here in the opening half. UAPB has started to put some things together. They've scored 5 of their last 7 shots. Cody testing his range. Of course it goes in. Nick Cody maximizing minutes. 9 first half points for the freshman. I think that gets an A so far. Still working on those cuts, and a big part of that is the chemistry, knowing what your teammates want and are looking for without actually having to call the play.
Yeah, absolutely.
Golden Lions looking to strike first here in the second half. Jones, a contested shot, able to get it to go past Pope. So 12 points for now to the locker room. Again, no Trey Jones today, out with a hip injury. Nothing of major concern for Rodney Terry and the Longhorns. And a nice job creating some contact, feeling that defender. With Idaho Community College, 14 points in his last outing against Louisiana Monroe. In the defensive effort. As Kaluma will haul in the rebound. And already a second turnover by Texas in a lead to the transition bucket the other way on the left hand. Texas, 2 turnovers already this second half, has already matched their first half tally.
Talk about things that you want to work on.
Kaluma gets hacked.
Things you want to work on in a game like this is this 3-2 zone. A team earlier in the season.
There is a method to what sometimes looks like madness in some of this
NCAA tournament.
And both these rosters, significant turnover from last year. UAPB losing their 2 all-SWAC performers. Kaluma!
From Julian Larry.
Larry just has a...
Kaluma 5 rebounds to go with his 13 points. Lob to Weaver.
From Julian Larry.
Yeah, very close. Mustache.
Preston's just glad he's not on the wrong end of a poster like that, as he's always banging with the bigs in practice. Oh, a sweet stroke from Jordan Pope. Screen experience.
Hey, man, not a lot of guys can pull off that.
Of course, he's from right here in Austin, went to Westlake High School. And a confident take and finish by Dante Sawyer. Sawyer 5 for 5, pardon me, from the line. So that halftime lead has grown. Shedrick able to save it along the baseline. 6 to shoot for Pope and company. Weaver takes it himself for a house call.
The wings I'm sorry, the corners, they're wide open. The way that they're extending it, corners are wide open. Shooters have a shot in the corners, and the drivers can drive it from the corners.
Do not. Easy bucket there for Brown. Pope, he was open top of the perimeter. Little step back three. He knew what he was doing. That's his 5th trifecta of the ball game. He's got a game-high 17 points.
I think you look at Coach Terry on that one. I think he wanted them to shoot the first one.
Yeah.
He made it a little harder on himself. You know, against stiffer competition, you don't get a ton of easy looks.
So Pope with a couple season highs, both in made three-pointers and points overall. Paljor, the Omaha native, the freshman, out there for UAPB. Mark looking to pick up the assist as he finds Julian Larry. Did not take a shot in his minutes in the first half. That was true of Larry until a moment ago. He's got 9 assists and now his first 3 points. Loves getting his teammates involved, but all of a sudden finding his own rhythm. The wait was worth it. His handful of 1,000-point scores. With the rebound secured by Devon Pryor. Mark. Onyema Pengan potties the big man. That was a nice back shoulder roll by Zarek. Somebody's been spending some time at Gregory Gym watching Jared Elliott swimming. Might be a little too big to be a libero. And Onyema committing the wrist injury.
I think it'll come. As they get healthy, it'll come. And again, you want your team to be peaking. It's a good idea.
Oh, great rotation by the Golden Lions to the corner. Their bench would have exploded. Offensive putback is good. And Larry, nobody puts him up, picks him up, unable to knock it down. Onyema with the offensive rebound. He'll go back to the line. Free throws for Onyema.
Late into the season and into the NCAA tournament, what matters most.
And he's a guy who starts each year looking, well, I'm going to be behind a couple of very talented big of the half.
Texas is already a little more comfortable against this zone.
Cody, boy, could not do any wrong in the first half. Julian Larry's 10 assists have matched his career high, by the way.
Yeah, he's also flirting with a double-double.
Cody. How long can you keep in and out for Buga? Open look from the wing in front of his teammates on the bench. Devon Pryor. 15th three-pointer of the ball game for Texas. 2nd of the season, both coming today for Pryor. And a one-handed swat by Cody with the denial. Transition rewarding the big man on the other end.
Another assist for Larry, pushing it in transition.
A 10-0 run for Texas over the past 2 minutes. A point shy of triple digits. A nice job sticking with it for Christian Moore.
Hey.
Yeah, some of these high schools get you prepared probably better for college than playing a year of college does at some of these schools.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so just because somebody's a talented freshman coming in, Rodney Terry's mindful.
By the name of Damian James, who is their all-time leading.
Clement Buga at the line for the 2nd time today. Realized he was off on that one, and he commits the foul. Texas has 2 more non-conference games before they ring in the new year in the SEC. Will drop down to Vinson. Has it back in his lap and knows what to do from there. First 2 points of the for Jamie Vinson. Mark from the elbow. And the follow-up flush to add to the.
Vincent wants the ball down low, but he's not asserting it. He's not demanding the ball down low.
Third three of the ball game for Julian Larry.
And those are the things, these game reps. You know, we'll be able to go to the film room and Coach Terry will be able to show him. But this is why you're not getting the ball inside.
Triple mark from New Mexico State. Texas on a 9-0 run. That'll be snapped with the bank shot by Dante Sawyer. Sawyer in double digits, he and Moore with the two top performances today, 12 points apiece for UAPB.
Yeah, these are minutes for the guys that play a lot. These are what we used to refer to as dangerous minutes, as it's usually you're not as disciplined, but coach is going to watch the film the same way every time. We got a stash sighting.
Where they've been hiding the stash?
I don't know.
Cody, get out of here. Put his number in the rafters. Nick Cody. Back for years, Westlake and Lake Travis would meet there at DKR. There's Cade as well as one Quinn Ewers back in their high school days.
That's a very interesting hairdo.
I don't know if they had all. And some of the bench is in the ball game, including this gentleman, Cole Bont. Larry, who's been scoring in multiples of three, he'll go to the line to shoot two. 8 of 12 from the line, 9 of 13. The floor.
Yeah, I think that's why we still see him out there, still getting him some game reps.
Extra pass. UAPB probably gave up on a couple of decent looks there, but they still managed to find one. Looking for his first three-pointer. And as Paljor able to get it to go. Preston Clark, who went to the same Westlake High School as Cade Klubnik. Slightly fewer touchdowns.
He hit a lot of threes, though.
And a foul, count the bucket. Chance for a third point to be tacked on here for Osoro. We then cut away to Nick Cody celebrating over on the bench. Is there reciprocity in that? And now, quick whistles before this flares up, and there's no need for any of this now. Personal foul. And I have a feeling that might be elevated.
Yeah, that'll be elevated.
As he looks for his first point, his first free throw. Already the greatest number 7 in program history.
In film, when they go back and look at that he'll be disciplined at all. Vincent, on the other hand, could.
Able to make it. As he'll go 1 for 2. Larry with the only double-double for the Longhorns today. Career high 13 assists to go with his 11 points. Kendall Weaver, we don't expect. Oh for 3 today. So Bont knocked down his free throws. The 11th Longhorn to score today. Clark trying to make it a dozen. And another trip to the free throw line for Cole Bont. We've seen just about everybody else for Texas.
Here, play for the Longhorns, get a degree, compete.
2 on 2. Mark denied. A little wedgie.
Yeah, there's no shortage of guys that can get that high on that team.
Texas along the way has set the record ball game.
Yeah, it's always good to see these guys get minutes. And as you can see early Right, the bench is reacting to every time one of these guys gets a shot. They see the hard work that they put in practice, getting them better, and they want to be rewarded for it. They want to see them be rewarded for it.
Shot clock is off. Golden Lions can hold for the final look. They're going to fall to 2-10 in non-conference play. Again, they've been road warriors. Those 10 losses have all come on the road. Those 2 wins at home. They will dip back into their home venue. Buddy Barrett Pfeiffer as well. Cutting the shots over to Preston Clark. I don't know if the Clark family for Texas in practice every day.
I think you should keep the stash. I think the stash should stay.
Texas will take this one in record fashion. 121-57. Most points by Texas or any other program in Moody Center history. We talked about a complete game on Thursday against Mexico State. Hard to find many blemishes in this one.
Yeah, Texas just did a good job coming out in certain dominance early, getting it started defensively, and getting out and rolling.
So again, no Trey Johnson today, no problem for Texas, and no concern for Texas. They expect to have Trey back sooner rather than later. But again, it's still just developing that